So do you want to cook the perfect baby back ribs for July 4th weekend, like these right here? Well, today I'm going to show you the 3-2-1 method, break it down step by step so you can cook these perfect baby back ribs at home for July 4th weekend. Hey y'all, I'm Jason Hardy with Elite Barbecue Smoker, and today I'm going to show you how to cook the perfect baby back ribs using the classic 3-2-1 method. Guaranteed to be juicy, tender, and spot on. So all that being stated, let's get to prepping. So we be cooking. Come on, let's go. These come from Walmart. These are Smithfield extra meat pork loin baby back ribs. Let's open up, let's get started. So one question you get asked, do I need to remove membrane off the back of the ribs? The answer is yes. Removing membrane off the back of the ribs will allow you to have a more tender bite. That membrane is just going to be something else cause problems, so I would take it off. The worst case scenario, at least score it, but I would remove it. I'm going to start trimming some of this excess fat off the top of here. My rub can't penetrate it, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Pretty simple trimming, just get a little bit of silver skin off. So right here's kind of a thin piece of meat here. I'm going to get rid of this. They're both the same. You see, I really ain't wasting nothing there. So now we can start layering the flavors on this thing. Now this is where you can get creative. If you like a salt and pepper rib, go for it. You want kind of a salt, pepper, garlic, go for that. We'll go with more of a sweet with a little back-end heat to it. That's what I got today. So our first rub is going to be Heath Riles Sweet Barbecue Rub. Our second rub right here is going to be Texas Oil Dust, the Piggy Bank. The next rub we're going to have is going to be Cosmos Q's Hot Dirty Bird. A little bit back-end heat to it. That's what we got. You see the moisture in the meat allowed the rub to bind to the meat. We didn't need a binder. But if you want to use a binder, go for it. So our first rub is going to be Heath Riles Sweet Barbecue Rub. Our second rub right here is going to be Texas Oil Dust, the Piggy Bank. The next rub we're going to have is going to be Cosmos Q's Hot Dirty Bird. A little bit back-end heat to it. I'm going to take these ribs and put it on this rack. That way I can kind of move it around. Now if you notice, it's upside down. I got the feet up. I don't want them down to cause me problems moving ribs around in the grill. One other thing I like to do is I like to take my ribs when I put on the rack and squeeze them in. Squeeze them in just like that. Kind of gives it a little more meaty bite. My spritz is pretty easy. I get a bottle here from the hardware store. I'm going to take some Mott's white apple grape juice. There's 8 ounces of that. I got some apple cider vinegar, about 8 ounces of that. All right, put it on smoker, come on. So one of the questions you get asked is, what is the best temperature for cook for 3-2-1 method? I think it's 225. It's a reliable temperature. It's not gonna be overly hot. That way you kind of do that whole long cook process. I think it's gonna get most reliable, get tender ribs every time. So I like 225 for the 3-2-1 method. With that being stated, let's turn her down. So as you can see right a second, we're at 250 degrees. All I'm gonna do is take it and turn it back down to 225. I'll let this kind of do that low and slow cook on this. We do a lot of hot and fast stuff, as y'all well know, but today we're doing a little bit low and slow with the 3-2-1 method. All that being stated, let's get back to cooking. Be back in a few minutes and we'll spritz it up. Now the question is, do you spritz or mop? For me, the answer is this. If I'm doing a lot of ribs, like probably 8 to 12 ribs or more, I'll mop it because it's easier and faster and gives good flavor to it. If I'm doing 3 to 4 racks of ribs, I'm usually gonna spritz it. And today we're 2 and 2, so we're gonna spritz it today. Now see, I can move it around with the rack. Makes it pretty nice. So it's been right an hour. As you notice, about 30 minutes into it, I've done a little quick spritz on it, kind of establish that moisture because it's looking dry on there. It's been right at an hour, so we're gonna do it again, so come on. See the rack? See how easy it makes it slide it around? That's what we're looking for. Let it keep cooking. Sure they look good though, don't they? Oh, there's chuck roast we're cooking. Check that one out too. Oh, by the way, also, if y'all liked the video so far, it's brought some good information, you've enjoyed it, do us a favor and give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe to our channel. Make sure you hit alerts also. We appreciate y'all watching. All that being stated, let's get back to cooking. So we've been smoking our baby backs for 3 hours. Got good color on. Now it's time to wrap them up. Come on. We'll grab this one right here. We'll start with some sugar and raw on the bottom. Turn my ribs over, just like that. I'm going to the back side here with some honey, half a stick of butter, some more sugar in a roll. I'll wrap them up. I wrap them this way, that way I can easily open them up and check on the tenderness on them. Funnel there for just a second. Same thing with the other one. One question I get asked is what type of sugar do I use when I'm wrapping ribs? I use sugar in a roll. Reason for that, it has a higher burn point. It doesn't turn to caramel. Whereas brown sugar does, it turns to caramel. Now cooking low and slow at 225, you really won't have that problem today, but that's what I always do, kind of have it. Got my little funnels going. You see the meat right here. So I got this bottle of Mott's white apple grape juice. About half of it in each one. Another question you get asked is what type of tinfoil I use. I always use heavy duty tinfoil and I double wrap it. Reason for that is stuff on the grate might be kind of old residue, whatever. You start moving around, it'll tear the tinfoil and all that liquid will fall out the bottom of it and it'll kind of ruin your cook. So I always use heavy duty tinfoil and I always double wrap it. Some people use butcher's paper. Again, I just like tinfoil to way it control everything. All that being stated, we'll be back another 2 hours. We just put it back on there and then we take them and put the sauce on it. So I appreciate you watching. Let's keep going. It's been 2 hours. Now get ready to put the sauce on. Here's the sauce we're gonna use. We got yesterday's red sauce, yesterday's barbecue, and yesterday's barbecue competition sauce. Good sauce. Good friends of mine in competition barbecue. Now, let's get it on there. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now is take these right here. I'm gonna flip them over. Starting to break on me right there. See that? I'm gonna take this and kind of make this a little boat. Something just like that. All right, first off I'm gonna go with my red sauce. It's a little thinner sauce. Kind of go over that to start with. Just a line here. A line here like that. Use a brush if you want to, but I got gloves on. Why not use my gloves? Oh, by the way, if you like what you've seen so far, do us a favor, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Alright, now we're going with the competition sauce, a little more molasses, a little thicker. See how it's a little bit thicker right here? Alright, so you just seen, we took our ribs, put the sauce on, made a little boat, we put them back in the smoker, we still cook at 225 degrees. A couple questions get asked here is what kind of prevents that sauce from burning up in there, kind of burning on there? Well, two things here. Number one is we're cooking at 225 degrees. So it's a lower temperature, so it's got a lot more flexibility in that burn factor. The other thing is the sugar content. If you notice, we use two sauces. We use the red sauce and we use competition sauce. This competition sauce has got molasses, so this will burn. But I put a little bit on this. This here is more of a vinegar base with kind of a vinegar Carolina style. It doesn't have that much sugar into it, therefore it won't burn that much. If you got a lot of rubs, a lot of sauce in there with a lot of sugar content, then yes, you can run the risk of it burning up. What we're doing today, I'm not really that much worried about it, but we'll still check on it. All right, so it's been another hour, so our ribs have been on the smoker, the 3-2-1 method. Now let's get them off, let's see what it look like. Come on. So we just took the ribs out the smoker, the 3-2-1 method with the sauce. They look amazing. I'll put these in camera. It leads back to a question. We get asked the question is how do you get tender ribs? Just as important as prep work is, just as important as smoking the meat is and wrapping and everything else, I feel like rest is just as important. Let your meat rest, let it calm down. It helps you get a tender bite and juicy bite every time. So I would say rest is just as important. So all that being stated, we can put these bad boys in the camera. Come back in a few minutes, we're gonna taste it. All right, let's slice it up. Let's get this one right here. I like to turn mine over and turn it upside down, slice it that way, but you can do it the other way if you want to. The other thing I'm gonna do is take my bones like this and try to follow my bones. Give me a good bite on one side. Back over. This au jus we got. Just like that. Alright, let's taste it. See the juice pouring out of the thing, see it? Cheers. Perfect bite, boys and girls. I know a lot of you like to fall to bone ribs, there's nothing wrong with that, but from competition ribs, that's what we're looking for. The perfect bite every time. And this, boys and girls, it made that happen. And it is absolutely delicious.
Hey, do us a favor, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, tell us something about this recipe and how you do your baby back ribs, and please subscribe to our channel and also hit the alert button. Now it's time to say the blessing, go inside and eat, but first let's see what Dolly and Lucy thinks. Come on, girls. Lucy, good girl. Come on, Dolly. Dolly. Well, Dolly liked it and Lucy liked it. If they like it, I know you'll fall in love with it. Now say the blessing.
Lord, bless food by receipt. In Jesus' name, pray. Amen.
Appreciate you watching. See you next time.